Hi everybody, Scott here with Andrew.
Hey everybody.
Today we are going to talk about marketing for chiropractors and some of the tricks and techniques that can be used for online marketing to get more patients coming in. Andrew works with a lot of chiropractic patients, knows a lot about this, so this should be really helpful for you.
I hope so.
Yeah, let's jump right in. So we usually talk about the website up front with this because your website is kind of your focal point with your online marketing. Just kind of go over some of the things that you talk about clients with about what are the most important design and content aspects of a chiropractic website to give a professional image and to convert people.
Yeah, and I think you touched on it with the professional image part. You want to make it, when you think about a chiropractor, he's a medical professional, so you want the website to be clean and easy to navigate, very informational, maybe more than you do for a lot of other sites, because people are looking for more information on the condition that they're suffering from. If they can find that there, that helps. You want some good, on those informational pages, though, you want some good, clean, bold calls to action. And some good images that.
What do you mean by that call to action?
Well, you want to make sure that once they finish reading that content that you have on that page, that there's an easy way for them to get in touch with you, whether it's through a phone, for a phone call, or through a form submission, or even to schedule an appointment online. That does very well too. Just make it easy for them to get in touch with you once they've decided that this is, they can relate to the content on the site and they feel like this is something that you could help them with.
Okay, obvious. So what are some of the, in terms of the information, what's some of the stuff that works better? What's some of the most important stuff?
Well, you have, with chiropractors, you obviously have back pain, you have sciatica, neck pain, migraine treatments, and then I have some clients too that do very well with that they move more into the wellness kind of area too, where they do medical weight loss, hormone replacement therapy for both men and women, and those seem to be the kind of the big draws lately for the clients that I have.
Oh, really? Okay,
yeah.
So that kind of crossover is really good for the market.
Yeah, so there a lot of the more successful chiropractic patients that I've had do kind of have that sort of business model where it's more of a holistic view of the body. That separates itself a little bit from traditional kind of Western medicine, where it's about surgery and drugs, and they kind of move into this more preventive and maintenance kind of treatment plans.
That's interesting how chiropractic has kind of grown out in those areas.
Right?
And that provides a lot of marketing opportunity. Actually.
For sure. And it's different times of the year. For for the beginning of the year, like right now, medical weight loss is a really big draw. When it comes to closer to summertime, it can be too. And also the hormone replacement therapy for men gets more popular around that time as well too. People looking to get back in shape for beach season or whatever it is. This is there's you can see that kind of flux in demand, and you want to be ready for that too.
Do you find that you tend to get more traffic through mobile or desktop at this point?
More through mobile. I think just no matter what the vertical is, we're getting more through mobile. We get more conversions through desktop. But so I think there's, if I just knowing myself and most people nowadays too, it might be a two-part process where maybe you start your research on your mobile device while you're sitting around waiting for something, and then you maybe finish that process of turning into a lead when you get home. Phone call conversions we get obviously from the mobile device, but form submissions seem to be more from the desktop.
That makes sense. You're kind of researching it, thinking about it, and
right.
Then you make your decision. You go back on your desktop.
It's easier to fill out a form on a desktop, even though they've gotten much better and much easier to use. Yeah. But it's still, with a full-size keyboard and a big screen, it's easier to fill out a form that way.
Do you typically recommend that chiropractors have a video on their website?
Absolutely. I recommend that everybody have a video on their website, but chiropractors in particular, right? This is what people look for in any kind of medical professional, I think, is some sort of level of comfort, and making that initial building that initial trust it can be a difficult thing, especially when you're trusting somebody with your back or your weight loss plan or something like that. So if you can kind of get that message across through a video where, this is, you show your office, you show it's comfortable, and then yourself, they know who they're looking for when they come in. They get you get the messaging right from the horse's mouth, right? They get he's going to do he or she, the doctor, is going to do the best job of describing what they do. Video, I think, is critical for that.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's good, and it's so much more viable really nowadays. People's devices are so much faster. That you can download videos very easy. You can also advertise on YouTube.
Right.
So if you have your video on YouTube for your practice channel, and somebody does a search looking for stuff on chiropractic, you've got another opportunity there.
Exactly, right? Maybe they're just doing a general search looking for something that's, maybe what's wrong with my back, and then your ad pops up at that perfect kind of moment. Then yeah, you might get yourself a new patient that way too.
A lot of value from that, definitely.
Absolutely.
Let's talk a little bit about search marketing. So obviously you have Google is a huge player. Everybody's wondering how's my office going to be found when people do Google searches.
Right.
There's kind of the organic and local search, and there's paid search.
Right.
Talk a little bit about how you use those.
We use kind of both, a two-pronged strategy here. SEO is always a big deal, so you want that organic listing as much. What's also huge is your Google Maps placement, right? Especially if someone's looking for a local practice. You'll not only have your physical location on there, but you'll have reviews, and those are also a big factor in getting conversions, right? Building that initial trust. So that organic part of it, not only having your organic listing at the top, and maybe for several different services that you provide for each of, to have each of those paid services have their own pages that are optimized for search. So you rank for chiropractic, for wellness, for hormone replacement therapy, and organically, and then having your office front and center on that map along with reviews.
So the Google Maps is the Google My Business.
Correct.
You sign up on Google My Business and it integrates into it's how it geo-targets your...
Right, it verifies your location,
search,
and then it gives patients an opportunity to leave reviews, and those do a really good job of driving new business as well. And then paid search marketing is the other part of it too, particularly through Google. There's plenty of opportunity for a chiropractor to do medical weight loss and hormone replacement therapy can be a little more tricky. It's because there's medical conditions involved, and in some cases there's testosterone or other drugs used too. So it takes a little bit of work sometimes and some convincing to Google that you guys are on the level. There's plenty of opportunity for inbound search for text ad campaigns. The keywords can be, for some of the search, the keywords can be climbing up, and for as far as cost per click is why it's important to kind of have the organic to go along with it too, but they tend to be worth it. If you have someone click through on an ad who's looking for hormone replacement therapy, and you drive them to a really dedicated landing page that does a good job of capturing that lead, then the juice is worth the squeeze on that one.
Okay, so in other words, with that, the organic search is free clicks. When you get yourself positioned, you can go in and you're not paying every time somebody clicks. You have to work a little bit more sometimes to get that ranking. The paid search part of it is you bid for it, and sometimes if you're in a very competitive area for chiropractic, you may have to pay a bit in order to be on page one, but you have the control to drive people through that traffic and get that ranking by bidding.
It's instant gratification, and it's a lot more agile than organic searches, whereas you could change that copy whenever you want to. You can put a special up there and have that the same day. And it can be the cost per click can get up there, but you think about the lifetime value of a patient and what the dollar amount that patient would bring into your office over several years, then it makes a lot more sense.
It's all about ROI.
Yeah.
Talk a little bit more. Reviews have become pretty important.
Yeah.
So for somebody like a chiropractor, you can pretty much assume that a prospective patient is going to go out and check some reviews. They're going to see them on Google.
Yeah.
They may check Yelp, these types of sites. What do you suggest chiropractors do to kind of get that to work in their favor, to make sure that they have positive reviews and not just the occasional person who's going to gripe no matter what,
right?
And can kind of start to skew a review?
Medical offices are funny that way. Where when someone is a patient, they're usually pretty loyal to you. They find a place they like and they stay. And I found, at least with my clients, if they just ask, then the patients are usually more than happy to give them a good review. You really have to incentivize it. Just kind of remind them about it. Hey, if you wouldn't mind, take a minute and just go ahead and give me and leave a review for me. And they're usually happy to do it.
Good. That's an easy step, and there's a lot of value in that. If you can get those working across Google, like we said, Yelp, top-rated local,
especially.
And you have people going on and finding positive comments. That's one of the most motivational pieces of content.
Yeah, and you can follow up with them with an email from after they visited, asking them to give you a review. Again, they're usually more than happy to do it.
That's good. Social media is another big thing that everybody's got on their mind now. Obviously, Facebook and Twitter and Instagram, these social media platforms, we all know there's lots of people, lots of prospective business that you can reach out there. How can you use those tools for chiropractic?
I think chiropractic, like anything else, you should have a pretty consistent social media presence. You want to make sure you kind of maintain a professional demeanor, but you want to be friendly too. Remember, it is social media, and you want to be, if you can, informative and entertaining at the same time. We post regularly. We include, kind of really good images. We link back to full stories on their sites, and we'll do things like surveys or even quizzes sometimes, and people tend to like those too. Anything that's interactive, you get some good participation through those as well. But yeah, you want to be consistent, and you want to have fresh content, and you want to make sure that it's something that somebody would actually want to read about.
And there's some crossover with the review thing as well, and the kind of user-generated content. If you can get your patients to comment on how great they feel after a session, and even do a little testimonial video, like we said, pull those things together, share that on your social media. You start pulling these things together to have quite a bit of impact.
Sure. You want you want to have some, you might as well use that content you have on your site and have some kind of synergy between what you have on your site and what you're doing social, and then they'll kind of work for each other. And and also, so we know now that social media has a huge impact on your SEO too. So the more qualified traffic you have coming back to your site from someplace like Facebook or any of the social media platform, the better.
Definitely. Do you still recommend like email marketing or newsletters, maybe for kind of client retention, for example?
I do, and I think that's in moderation, right? You want to make sure that you use your email list wisely, that it's homegrown, and you put together something that's some compelling content for that, and maybe some kind of special offer on it as well, giving them a reason to look at it again. But we do that to generate reviews. That's one way that we use that. And two, if you have a new service or a new product offering that you want to talk about, it's a good way to do it too. I would recommend kind of keeping the cost pretty low if you can, and make sure you get the ROI on that. But I do believe in a fully integrated digital marketing mix, and I think that email is a part of that.
I think that's really important. That's something that we definitely think a lot about at Marketing 360, is how can we help our clients use all of these different strategies and tactics and execute those in a way where they all feed together and kind of feed off of each other. That's more important than ever now that you do that. If you're out there and you're kind of juggling between somebody doing SEO and somebody doing paid search and somebody doing website design, good luck with that.
Oh yeah, it's a challenge to keep that same voice and consistency across the board. Marketing at its core is about exposure, and the more exposure you can have with the message that you want out there, the better. So, if you can do it and you can do it well, then I think you should.
I couldn't sum it up any better. That's perfect. That's what we do here at Marketing 360. Hey, check out our website. You can see some of our chiropractic website designs. You can get a mock-up done for free. Talk to one of our marketing consultants about how we can help you with all of these different strategies and keep you very busy in your chiropractic practice. Thanks a lot. Thanks, Andrew.
Thank you. My pleasure.